Hello and welcome back to our final event of day 2. We still have 2 days to go, but for now, we're going to get underway in just a second with the final of the 10-metre air pistol mixed team. And we've got some world-class names in it for you that are going to be entering that very stage in front of us here in the centre of Yerevan in Armenia. And there's our mascot, who's been doing a sound job entertaining the crowd and dancing around. The stage is set for the 10-metre air pistol mixed team final. In this new format as well, where we have 3 series of 5 shots, and then we move to 3 single shots to eliminate 4th place, another 3 shots to decide bronze, and another 3 shots to decide gold and silver. Earlier today, 2 cracking finals, particularly the 10-metre air rifle women's final. It had just so much to it and came right down to the very end and the very final shot. I will not spoil it for you, but it's certainly worth a look back. So the familiar faces and pairing of Tarhan and Dikets of Turkey topped out the qualification. The Paris Olympics silver medalists. They're also defending mixed team European champions. And they certainly have taken plenty of medals across their name, both as a team and individually. Veronica Mayor and Akos Niger make up the Hungary pairing, with Sylvia Steiner and Richard Zekmeister for Austria, and then Lubos Jaskovic and Ivan Kazak, who are 2 individual neutral athletes. So there are the event details. 10 metres is the distance. That trigger pull, 0.5 of a kilo, and the bullseye down the other end, the 10 ring, 11.5 millimetres wide. So if you have been joining us earlier today for day 2, thank you very much for doing so. 2 cracking rifle finals, as I said, particularly with the women earlier today, and we've got 2 more days of competition still to come. Just waiting for the arrival now of the athletes. So we're in this huge theatre. It's provided such a spectacle for us, not just for finals, but also for the opening ceremony a few days ago.
We have the official welcome for the 3rd final of the 2nd competition.
So if you are just joining us live, the time here in Yerevan is just gone 7:20 in the evening. First shot is due off at 7:30. And we're live for you on YouTube and across Facebook as well. So do leave your comments of support, like the videos, and if you're on YouTube, you can subscribe to the ESC video stream. That way, you'll get notifications of the broadcast of the finals, particularly over the next coming days.
That means we call the position A and B, Turkey.
So first team to arrive, Team Turkey. There is the man who lit up the Olympic Games.
So, and a big applause.
Yusuf Dikets, now 53 years old, alongside Sheval Elayda Tarhan.
Together with Yusuf,
a real formidable pairing, and certainly favourites for the gold, I would say. And next to arrive, Lubos Jaskovic, who's 40 years old, and was 4th in the Olympic final in London. She has 5 European Championship medals to her name, 2 of them are gold as a junior, and also has 3 World Cup medals. And she's alongside Ivan Kazak. Ivan's 21 years old, competed at the Cairo World Championships. Also has a silver medal at the Junior World Championships in the Team Men Junior. That was back in Lima, 2021. There's a gold medal in the Team Men Junior in Osijek in the European Championships. And also silver and bronze. Here come the Hungarian pair. This is Veronica Mayor, who is the current European champion for 10 metres. And she's alongside Akos Niger, who's 20 years old. He competed a few weeks ago in Burgas, Bulgaria. So he's had a good start to the year, made finals. Veronica Mayor, such a decorated athlete. Also the Paris bronze medalist in the 25 metres. She was 8th in the 10-metre final at the Olympics as well. And then here come a very experienced duo. They have 93 years between them. That's Sylvia Steiner and Richard Zekmeister, both of Austria. They competed in Tokyo and in Paris, and they're former mixed team world champions. They took that title in 2022.
And the officials of this final will enter the arena. This is the jury member in charge, Antonella Gabriellini, Italy.
So the jury and assistant jury just getting their introductions.
And she is assisted by Michel Grégoire.
And then we'll have the introduction of our chief range officer.
Now we are ready for the one and only, our CRO, the man who gives us the commands, Bartosz Czerniawski, Poland.
And here he is again, Bartosz Czerniawski.
We are ready. You're also?
He's our chief range officer. He's been in control of all the finals, been doing a superb job so far.
Give a big applause, send the athletes in the match. Come on, everybody, hands up!
So here we go, the new mixed team format. It's Turkey team 1, 2 individual neutral athletes, Hungary team 1, and then Austria.
A good start. Everybody is
You just think about some of the experience that's out there in front of us.
Preparation and sighting time.
Sylvia Steiner, now 43 years old, was 4th in the individual final yesterday. And Richard Zekmeister, 50
so that the athletes
years of age now.
ready here in that final arena to work
As the athletes go into
to check
the exciting shots.
if the
And the familiar, well, this time the silhouette is now lit up, but Youssef Dikez also almost nearest our cameras with that image of himself that just went viral all around the world.
5 minutes to get 10 or better.
Here's a sneak peek behind the scenes. This is our preparation and reporting area.
Minutes to get ready.
There's me, actually. There I am, just having a quick look, checking things out.
Qualified themselves by a qualification, and the best team of the qualification.
It's always nice to go just behind the scenes.
With the qualification,
Try and, if you can, just have a quick word with the athletes. Just see whether or not they're up for talking. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, and that's fine. They're preparing for a final after all, they're getting on with their job. But this is where they receive briefings from the jury and also just go over any final notes with their coaches.
How these teams could become
So I'm really interested to see how the Austrians perform today. Such experience between them both, and former world champions.
All 4 teams will shoot 3 series in which all athletes shoot 5 shots.
Come on, Youssef, you can pull it out. Go on. I'll have to ask him afterwards. Did you get the eyebrow? Says the jury giving their briefing. Obviously, a lot of these athletes have heard these briefings before, but of course we now do have a new format. And speaking of the event itself, using the pistols, let's have a closer look at the equipment involved.
The single shots of each athlete you can see on top of each athlete.
Այնուհետև մարզիկները կկրակեն 1 սերիա 3 կրակոցով, որից հետո 4-րդը գրաված թիմը դուրս կգա պայքարից։ Այդպես միջև հայտնի կդառնա չեմպիոնը։
So after 15 shots we have a ranking of the teams, and then we change over into the elimination phase of single shots. And all 3 single shots will bring the decision. So every athlete make 1 shot in 50 seconds for his team. These results will count together, and we have a look to the rankings. Then we make the next single shot, and so on. And after 3 single shots, we have the 4th place. The team has to leave. The next 3 shots, 3rd place, until the moment when we get the fight for gold.
Well, I hope you're ready. We're all set. We're ready to go here for the final event of day 2 at the European Championships 2026. We're live for you here in Yerevan, Armenia. A brilliant day of competition, world-class scoring, world-class performances here on the European stage. That's exactly what you'd expect.
Turkey, independent, neutral athlete.
Such a difficult discipline, 10-meter pistol. I mean, they all are, but for me personally, this one really does come with its challenges.
And for you to know what they have to do, it's a pistol event.
I think it's just the sheer, I don't want to say simplicity of it, but just the fact that it's you and a pistol, whereas in rifle, you know, there's the suit and There's various underlayers and stuff to try and help you out. And of course, yes, the pistol shooters can wear those too, not the suits, but the underlayers.
But a 10.9, it's a perfect shot, completely in. And that was Mrs. Steiner produced.
But I did go down myself to have a look at the targets. And from 10 metres away, it's just so impressive how they even hit scores in the 10 ring, let alone in the 9s. Well, Shaba Golik, once again, is the coach, a familiar face around the world as the Hungarian coach. And there's Franz Roth, a real legend in his own right.
Seconds.
That means for you, ladies and gentlemen, get ready, and we must bring the athletes in motion. And that
well, what can the team from Turkey 8 produce today? There's so much experience out there. I mean, there's a real mixture of age and youth with the two individual neutral athletes, Lubos Yashkovic at 40 years old and Ivan Kazak at 21. A few seconds to go now, and then we'll get going.
Stop, unload.
And now only some seconds, around about 50, up to the counting.
This is the 10-metre air pistol mixed team final, live at the European Championships 2026.
Of 3-5 shot series.
So settle down, grab a drink, wherever you are, watching around the world. Do leave your comments. Let us know who you're here to support. Let us know why you love the world of shooting sport. So the athletes are ready, waiting for the load command.
For the first
Now they can roll the pellet around in
series.
their fingers if they wish, but
Load.
it cannot touch the pistol until the load command is given.
Start.
So here we go. Who will be victorious? Who are going to become European champions in this new format? First of all, 2 series of 5 shots per athlete. 10.9 is the highest individual score, and it would be brilliant if we got some of those here today. Well, Diket's just relaxing into this mixed team final. He knows what's ahead. And they are the current defending European champions, these two. And both very successful in their own right. I mean, Telehan to the right of your screen, former junior champion and the current European champion over 10 metres, until Veronica Mayor came along to take that title from her yesterday. Just looking at Youssef Dikets as well, his record, as in the record of his medals, just extends so far back, including a former world title at 25 metres back in 2014. That was both in the standard and centre fire 25-metre events. Here's the current European champion over 10 metres, took that title from Chevel Elida Taran, who's standing just a few places down to Veronica Mayor's left. So Zekmeister, last shot, 7.6. Just needs to pull that up a bit. Just shows you how much movement there is in the pistols. It's such a tough discipline. Of course, the beauty of shooting sport is that you can carry on to a grand age. You've got to think that Zekmeister's 50, Youssef Diket's 53 years old. So a slight improvement from Zekmeister, an 8.5 that time. The Austrians have a total of this first series of 5 of 92.9. So Niger's still to shoot. Last shot was a 9.8. Also Kazakh still to go. And the two from Turkey still with their final shots to come. So a couple of 10s, and Turkey would rocket up to a total of over 96. Would have been 97, but there's an 8.6 from Yusuf Dikets. And a 10.2 from Taran, which then gives them a total over 97, 97.4. Meanwhile, the total in the centre, 99.6 from the two individual neutral athletes. But it's Hungary that just top out that first series of 5 by 0.1. Incredible. Veronica Mayor and Akos Nagy of Hungary just edging it at the moment, 99.7. And the Austrians have some work to do if they're to stand a chance of a medal here. We'll see how this next series develops. A couple of low shots in pistol shooting, and its medal chances out the window.
For the next competition series, load. Start.
So can the Austrians claw their way back into this mixed team final? Just looks so casual, doesn't he, Dikets? A 9.4, decent shooting again from Taran. Another shot in the 10 ring. That's how she finished her last series of 5. And starts with a bit of authority, as has Yaskovic and Kazakh. 2 shots in the 10 ring from both of them. .6 from Veronica Mayor. She really is carrying on that form as the current European 10-metre champion. Steiner a 10.5, great shooting. Well, 9.7 on that last shot from Dikets, a 10 from Taran. That's going to help their total. Keep it in the 10 ring, and you're pretty much guaranteed a gold in a mixed team final format such as this. 10.8 from Sylvia Steiner. So balance is everything, is key. And then your breath control, you can see there just Akos Nagy just checking his footing. And foot placement again, so important. Well, you just look there at Kazakh. Didn't even look down the back of the open sights until the pistol came into his view. Otherwise just raised it up and lowered it down and let that whole fluid body movement do the job. And once he shot, it's an 8. So you can see the open sights down the back of the pistol, just the way they just raise off the back. And you can make adjustments to them should you wish to do so. And again, that's allowed during a final. You don't have to set it all up before the final itself. So the Austrians have completed that second series of 5. And now just one final shot from Akos. It's come in. And And let's see how that now affects the scoreboard.
And this was the second 5-shot round for each athlete in the lead. Hungary 199.
Well, now 2 series of 5 down, 1 more series of 5 shots to go. And Hungary have extended their lead at the top by quite a margin. They're now 3.1 in front. The 2 individual neutral athletes remain in third. And the Austrians, again, the gap just widens. Now 6.1 in fourth place with 1 series of 5 to go. And then we'll move on to individual shots. And we'll have 3 of those before we decide fourth place.
For the next competition series, load. Start.
So Kazakh not fazed by the fact Veronica Major's next to him, had already completed her shot before he'd even completed his pre-shot routine. And that's what we've got to be able to do, block things out. That's a really terrific shot, that. 10.6 from Ivan Kazakh. 10.5 down the other end from Zekmeister. Richard needs more of those. Perhaps too little, too late. Well, a 10.4 and a 10.6. Although Kazakh still to shoot. A 9.4 this time. So just over now the middle stages of this second series of 5, just coming up to it. Now under 2.5 minutes to go. So over the halfway stage in terms of the clock. 2 decent shots from the Hungarians, also from the 2 individual neutral athletes. 10.5, 10.2. Turkey also decent shots. 10.5, 10.3. Really, you need to keep it in that kind of zone if you want to stand a chance of becoming European champions. So a new world record for this event stands at 481.3. That was set at the Asian Championships in New Delhi a few weeks ago. So whatever happens here today, we will set a new European record. Well, 10.6 flying in at the moment. Jaskovic really showing her experience. Likewise, Talhan, a 10.6. So only 0.5 between Jaskovic and Kazakh and Talhan and Dikets. So just Ivan Kazakh now to close out the third and final 5-shot series. What can he hit on his final shot? Last one was a 10.2 and it's a 10.3, slight improvement, decent total, 296.7. So Hungary continue to lead because we're now going into the first of 3 individual shots. So 50 seconds on the clock for each shot.
This is only 0.4 to individual neutral athletes between Turkey and Austria at the end of the list.
Hungary lead the way. They're the first team to get to 300. 300.4. So some margin in front.
This is a timeout.
Now a timeout's been called. The coaches get an allocation of 30 seconds.
Means every coach
It looks like it was Turkey that called that timeout.
which could be used by all coaches, which could go to their athletes, speak with them.
Oh, Austria called the timeout.
In their heads.
Well, no real surprise in fourth place.
He was on a good run to catch the others.
Time.
And there's 6.2 behind.
And we go on with a big applause.
So
Bring
Chief
them
Range
back to the
Officer has
bench.
called time.
Everybody, come on. Hungary,
So the
Turkey,
coaches can only call the timeout
individual
after a
athletes,
5-shot series or after an individual shot, not during,
For the next
or when like that the
competition
Chief Range Officer has already started to give the command for the next series or the next individual shot.
Start.
So the first of 3 individual shots. Can Austria recover? So Tahan now to shoot. Oh, and now resetting back into the shot. Wasn't happy. This could be high, this could be low. It goes either way when this happens. Starting to shake a little bit. There's a 10.7. As I said, they can be high, they can be low. And in that instance, Tarhan was right to hang on. What a shot under that kind of pressure.
Stop.
And you see we change over to the single shots. Now it counts because we are on the run to the 4th place. And
So Austria have managed to close the gap just slightly.
Far away, 4.7 behind individual neutral athletes. In total, 4 shots to go. We will see who become 4th. Hungary.
So there's a gap of 4.7 between the 2 individual neutral athletes and Austria.
And we need applause for the next shot for the 4th place. So come on, everybody, hello!
For the next competition shot. Load. Start.
2 more individual shots to go before 4th place is decided. .7 and a 10.4. The Austrians need higher scores into the 10 ring. Richard Zekmeister has recovered after a shaky start in terms of his scoring in the early parts of this mixed team final.
Stop.
So Austria still in 4th place. Jaskovic and Kazakh still in 3rd. The current European champions for mixed team, Turkey in 2nd place. Hungary are in front.
2nd place, it's around about 2.7 behind Hungary.
So the gap at the top between 1st and 2nd, 2.7.
Athletes, get ready for the next shot, the shot for the 4th.
For the next competition shot. Load. Start.
Well, it's 1.7, is it not? No, 2.7. 2.7 the gap between 1st and 2nd. So 4th place about to be decided. I'm just waiting now on Dikets to finish off the Turkey 2 shots in the 10 ring. Impressive stuff.
Stop.
But now it means Austria will leave this final in 4th place.
They make good shots from Austria, but the others also.
So Sylvia Steiner and Richard Zekmeister.
Austria.
They insert the safety flags into their pistol. And the former world champions of mixed team have now left this final in 4th place. And that's two second, 4th places in a row for Sylvia. She was really unlucky yesterday to miss out on a place on the podium. 4th in the individual final, and now 4th in this mixed team final. So we have the next timeout called. 30 seconds is the allocation.
So you saw there was a timeout. The coaches know and use.
So Kazakh receiving some instruction.
The next 3 shots for the bronze medal.
They haven't been doing too badly in this final. But the 2 individual neutral athletes now still in 3rd place. The gap is 3.8. There's 3 more shots to go to make up that difference.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
I see the crowd being so enthusiastic, clapping along. There's a real atmosphere inside this theatre, adding to the drama and the spectacle of what's happening here. .6 from Niger, great shot. 10.2 from Dikets on the other side. And Talhan with a 10.4.
Stop.
These were the first of 3 shots on the run. Individual neutral athlete must close
And Turkey
again,
now
but
still
Turkey
a gap
always better.
between them and Hungary. But are Hungary on track to become the new European champions in mixed team? Turkey trying to defend their title of European mixed team champions.
On the run for bronze, the next shot. Come on, everybody, applause for them.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
Such a test. You get a long day like this. A final that starts at 7:30 at night. And all these athletes have been competing in individual qualification as well. So, again, a bit of fatigue will kick in. Just got to keep up that concentration throughout the final. Well, Turkey are closing the gap. They are starting to catch up on Hungary. Interesting.
The gap to Hungary a little bit, but that means for individual neutral athlete, the gap becomes wider. So come on, big applause for them all.
So 1 more shot to go per athlete for us to decide bronze.
Bronze medal, everybody, individual neutral athletes, Turkey, Hungary.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
Well, there's a huge gap between Yaskovic and Kazakh. I think the 20-year-old nearest us has shot very well when you consider he's only 21 years old. And Yaskovic is so experienced. Was 4th in the Olympic final back in London. Plus 5 European Championship medals to her name. 2 of them gold as a junior. 3 World Cup medals. Yerevan Kazakh also plenty of medals to his name, particularly across European Championships. So 412.8 the final total. And Telhan, that last shot, a 9. 416.9. So the bronze medal has now been decided. And Luboš Yaskovic, at 40 years old, has got another medal. And it's a European bronze medal this time, alongside Yerevan Kazakh at 21 years old, who becomes a bronze medalist here at the European Championships.
That was a wide gap.
And the pair congratulate each other, and Yerevan takes a bow.
Here's the next
Why
time.
not?
This time from Turkey, so we have 1 minute for the situation.
Three more individual shots now remain.
418.7.
Can Turkey close the gap? Can they regain their title of European champions? Can they defend it? Or are we looking for a new European Championship mixed team? Well, they certainly seem very relaxed anyway. I think Youssef may be saying, you know, I was an internet sensation. You know, I did go viral. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine.
Coaches go back. So, Turkey, Hungary, let me hear you.
The gap is 1.8 across 3 shots. This is pistol shooting. So there is a chance the gap could close.
Start.
What a day this would be for Victoria Mayor if she was to get another gold medal here. A second gold in as many days. She became the individual European champion. Yes, they took that title from Yerevan Taran, who's on the right of your screen. Hungarians both shot a 9.9, a 10.6. 9.2 and a 9.3 from Turkey. So is the gold slipping away?
For gold or silver is done, and the
There's
better
a
shots comes from
4.8 gap.
9.9, 10.5. We go on the next shot after the translation.
Sorry, 3.8 gap now between second and first.
With the next motivation for Turkey.
It's been quite a long day. My maths isn't quite up to speed at the moment.
For the next competition
So
shot.
3.8 is the difference. 2 shots to go.
Start.
Well, 2 really solid shots in the 10 ring. Another 2 solid shots, the highest of which coming from Teran, 10.6.
Fantastic shoot of both teams.
Wow.
All shooters makes a
3.2 is now the difference. Hungary are in cruise control here.
Clear in the lead.
Վերջին կրակոցից առաջ Հունգարիայի թիմը 459 միավորով առաջատարն է։ Թուրքիայի թիմն ունի 456
459.6
For Hungary, we will see with
is
your
the
applause.
current
Go.
total.
Everybody, the shot for gold for the title.
For the next competition shot. Load.
So in order to beat the world record, Hungary need 2 10.9s here to beat the world record by 0.1. Wow, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Otherwise, the world record that was set at the Asian Championships will stand. 10.1, so the world record's safe, but we are going to set a new European record of 479.1. And Dikets to now close this out. Another 9.7, shake of the head from Teran, and their current title of mixed team European champions has now slipped away for Veronica Mayor. What a day! And she wants a hug straight away. No tears today from Veronica. There were tears yesterday when she took the individual title, 10 meters, and became European champion. And isn't that nice to see? Straight over to Youssef Dikets and also to Yerevan Taran, who this year have to settle for second and a silver medal. So we have new European champions. We've got a new European record, 479.1. So jury now just getting the athletes lined up. Hungary in the centre. Well, a fine performance from the two individual neutral athletes, particularly when you consider that Lubos Jaskovic is 40 years old and still out there doing it on the European stage. Ivan Kazak, 21 years old. They become the bronze medalists.
Ivan Kazak, independent neutral athlete.
And now Turkey, who last year were crowned European champions in mixed team. This year, it's second, it's silver. But they'll be back, I'm sure.
And the silver medal goes to the athletes Sevali Layda Tahan and Yusuf Dikic, Turkey.
Well, big smiles nonetheless. And certainly Terhan looks happy enough with the silver medal. Well, here we have it, new European champions. The history books written once again with a new European record of 479.1. It's Veronica Mayor, who is the current mixed team champion and the current 10-meter champion. 2 golds in 2 days, alongside Akos Naja, who also competed in Burgas in Bulgaria a few weeks ago. He's had a great start to 2026 and now can call himself a European champion.
Here on the stage, there we'll see again these fantastic.
Well, here come the Austrians, who took 4th place.
And we ask you to stay here in the final hall to build up a wonderful audience for the last awards ceremony of this competition day.
So it's congratulations all round from all of the athletes to each other. Such nice scenes, so nice to see. So there it is, confirmed. Austria in 4th place. 2 individual neutral athletes taking the bronze medal in the final event of day 2. Last year's champions are now in 2nd place. They take silver. And we have a newly crowned mixed team in the European Championships of 10 metres. It's Hungary, Veronica Mayor and Akos Naja, gold medalists and new European record holders. So that closes out today. 2 brilliant finals, particularly that 10-metre air rifle women's final came right down to the final shot. I'll let you watch that back and experience the drama and emotion for yourself. Do follow us on social media across Instagram and Facebook, and then look ahead to tomorrow. We kick off live, 1 o'clock local time here in Armenia, then moving through to 2:30, 5 p.m. and 8 and 6:30 even for our final event, the air pistol solo women. So do join us for the trio and the solos tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. We're hoping to bring you some highlights in just a second. And then you can join us tomorrow for day 3, and we also have day 4 still to come. So let's have a look back at the highlights of the 10-metre air pistol mixed team European Championship final. Enjoy the highlights, and we'll see you tomorrow.